Hello, friends. It's me, Lina. I hope you are all having a wonderful day. Today, I want to share a very long and special story with you. It happened last Saturday, which was my day off. Usually, I stay at home and clean or watch TV. But last Saturday, I felt a strong need to go out, change the atmosphere, and clear my mind. A slow morning. The sun was just starting to peek through my curtains when I woke up. I didn't feel rushed. I stayed in bed for a while, thinking about my life and my goals. I decided that this day would be about me. I went to the kitchen and spent a long time preparing a fancy breakfast. I made fluffy pancakes, added some fresh strawberries, and drizzled golden honey over them. I also brewed a pot of Earl Grey tea. The aroma filled the whole apartment. It felt so peaceful. I sat by my small balcony, watching the birds and enjoying the silence. This is what a perfect day off looks like. The autumn walk after breakfast, I decided to go for a very long walk. I chose my favorite autumn outfit. I wore a thick cream-colored sweater, my dark blue jeans, and my white sneakers. I also grabbed a light brown coat because the air was getting chilly. I put my headphones on and chose a playlist of soft acoustic music. I walked towards the city central park. It was beautiful. The ground was covered in a carpet of orange, red, and yellow leaves. I spent about 2 hours just walking and thinking. I watched children playing with their dogs and old couples sitting on benches. I felt very connected to the world, even though I was alone. I took many photos of the trees and the lake because the light was perfect. Around 2 p.m., the sky suddenly turned gray. Large, heavy clouds moved in quickly. Within minutes, it started to pour. I didn't have an umbrella, so I had to run. I remembered a small, hidden cafe nearby called the Velvet Bean. I hurried inside, shivering a little from the cold rain. The cafe was packed. It was warm inside and smelled like toasted coffee beans and cinnamon rolls. Every single table was full because everyone was trying to escape the storm outside. I looked around, feeling a bit disappointed. I really wanted to sit down and dry off. Then I noticed a small table in the far corner. There was a young man sitting there, surrounded by papers and pencils. He had one empty chair at his table. I walked up to him slowly. I felt a little nervous because I usually don't talk to strangers. "Excuse me," I said softly. "I'm so sorry to disturb your work. The cafe is completely full, and I'm a bit wet from the rain. Would you mind if I sit here for a while?" The man looked up from his notebook. He had very kind, intelligent eyes and a friendly smile. "Not at all," he said warmly. "Please sit down and get warm. I'm just doing some sketches, so I don't mind the company." I sat down and ordered a large cup of hot white chocolate with marshmallows. The man introduced himself as Adam. He told me he was an architect, but his true passion was urban sketching, drawing the life of the city as it happens. We started talking, and honestly, friends, I forgot all about my book. Adam was so easy to talk to. We discussed everything. We talked about our favorite childhood memories, the best books we've ever read, and our dreams for the future. He showed me his sketchbook. It was full of amazing drawings of buildings, street performers, and even small cats he saw in the park. He told me about his dream to design buildings that are full of gardens and trees, what he called vertical forests. I told him about my love for literature and how I hope to one day write my own stories. We stayed in that cafe for 3 hours. The rain stopped and the sun came out again, but we didn't notice. We were in our own world. When it was finally time to leave, Adam looked a bit shy. He turned to a fresh page in his book and drew something very quickly. Then he tore the page out and gave it to me. "This is for you, Lina," he said. It was a beautiful sketch of me sitting at the table looking out at the rain. He had captured the exact expression of peace on my face. At the bottom of the paper, he had written his phone number. "I'd really like to see you again," he said. "Maybe we can go to the new art gallery next weekend?" I felt a flutter of excitement in my chest. "I would love that, Adam," I replied. I walked home as the sun was setting. The sky was pink and purple. I realized that sometimes the best things in life happen when you don't plan them. My simple day off turned into the start of a beautiful new chapter. Vocabulary and language review. In this section, we will look at some of the advanced words and expressions used in today's story to help you improve your English. Drizzled. To pour a very thin stream of liquid, like honey or oil, over food. Brewed. The process of making tea or coffee by soaking it in hot water. Chilly. A temperature that is uncomfortably cold but not freezing. Acoustic music. Music that is played on instruments without using electronic amplification, like an acoustic guitar. Pouring. When it is raining very heavily. Packed. A word used to describe a place that is completely full of people. Disturb. To interrupt someone when they are busy or sleeping. Urban sketching. The act of drawing on location in cities, towns, or villages. Vertical forests. A concept in architecture where buildings are covered in trees and plants to help the environment. Captured. In art or photography, it means to successfully represent a feeling, a look, or a moment. See you next time, friends. I can't wait to tell you about our first date at the gallery. Bye-bye.